everybody, thank you for joining me today. I would like to show you a surprise that I've been working on for a friend of mine. And it is a journal, but not exactly a junk journal. This is an accountability journal. So this is, my friend is my accountability buddy, and we're helping each other to achieve our goals this year. And this is a surprise that I've made for her to help her get herself organized and to identify the things that she wants to accomplish. And this is a little card inside this envelope that I made for her. So the journal is modeled after a traveler's notebook. It has the elastic cord to hold it shut, and it has 4 signatures, and they are held in place with these elastic bands that are fitted through these eyelets. And then I've decorated it with a little dangle on the side, and this dangle has lots of charms that have meaning for her. So there is a EMS symbol, and butterfly, and stars, a leaf. She likes to garden. And there are 2 little paw prints for her 2 dogs. And she loves roosters. You're going to see a lot of roosters in this journal. And then over here is a little moon, a little crescent moon with a star and another star, and a hummingbird, and sunflowers, which is also the theme of this journal. So these are genuine amethysts. That's her favorite color, and it's also her birthstone. And on the front I have another charm, and this is another moon, and it has a dangle of a genuine moonstone here, and it's very beautiful. Okay, and then I made this tag out of one of the pieces of ephemera, and I put these eyelets in it. I mounted it on card, and that just has a nice little sunflower on the front. So I've designed this journal to have this color theme throughout. So you will see that the cardstock and the papers and the ribbons and even the inks all are the same, and this is her favorite color. It's called Fresh Fig. And in the front I have a book plate that I designed for my local library, and they have sticky backs, and she can put her name on there and just put in the front cover or not. And on the inside of the book, each of these 4 signatures has its own cover and theme, and I did not stitch these signatures together. They are just held in place with the elastic, and all of these pages can be added to or removed as needed. This is meant to be a working journal, and my friend is also a very fine designer, and so there's plenty of spaces in here for her to add her own special touches and decorate it the way she'd like it to be. So each signature has a little tab that's made from a punch, and I just have them clipped onto the front pages for now, because if she decides that she wants to rearrange the signatures, she can then put the tabs where she wants them to be permanently and adhere them down. So as you can see, the first section is a to-do section, and these are not necessarily in order. As I said, we're working on identifying our goals and our strategies and how we can be more effective with the way we spend our time. So this first section is to do, and I decorated it with a rooster because I thought of the rooster as a great symbol for getting up early and getting busy. And so there he is. And here's more beautiful paper, decorative paper, with both the rooster and the sunflower motif, which corresponds to the fabric that I used on the front of the journal. And this cover, by the way, is not a hard cover, but it's not a soft cover either. It's sort of right in between, and I really like the way it came out. So I used some card, and then I covered it with this nice print, and lined it with a couple of layers of cardstock and decorative paper. And it seems to be just the right kind of stiffness that I was looking for, so I'm happy with the way that came out. So here we go. There are a lot of quotes throughout the book for inspiration. This is a vintage rooster stamp that I found on eBay that I love. It was perfect for this book. And this is that nice ink that corresponds with everything else. And these quotes that I sprinkled throughout the book actually come from my friend's Pinterest board. So I was really lucky that I could go snooping around in there and find all these great quotes that she really found inspirational and put them in here to make it even more special. And they are printed out on my computer, and they are also sponged around the edges, and they're mounted on dimensionals so that they cast a little shadow on the page. And here is a rooster stamp that I hand painted with watercolor, and then I embellished it with actual rooster feathers. So his tail and his hackles are from actual rooster hackles and tail feathers. Plenty of spaces to journal. As I said, this is meant to be a workbook. It's meant to be used. And she can decorate it any way she likes with stamps or other kinds of embellishments. Here's that rooster stamp without the paint or the feathers. And here I have a little tuck spot, and I'm using this postcard, and it features a little Year of the Rooster stamp from the post office on the cover, where the actual stamp had been on the printed card. And over here is a die-cut piece of paper lace that I sponged and stamped with a nice design. And she can put whatever she likes in these places. This section is the goals section, and I like the idea of using the fruit of her labors as the symbol on her goals section. And I'm very pleased with the way this color combination looks together. The ochres and the russet reds against this fresh fig cardstock really makes it look terrific. Beautiful complementary colors here. More roosters. And on this page I put a dragonfly, and the dragonfly is the symbol of fleeting time, and it also symbolizes this ephemeral life. And so the idea behind that is to help us keep focused on the things that are most important and not get distracted, so that we can accomplish what we want to. And this is another one of her quotes that she likes. Instead of giving myself reasons why I can't, I give myself reasons why I can. And it has a nice little heart embellishment, a sparkly heart. Can you see? Okay. Here's more paper lace that was cut out using a die, and I've just put this little scallop circle behind it to help show it off, give it a little contrast. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. These are little star embellishments. Here's an orchid stamp. My friend is a gardener. She also loves orchids, and so I was able to find some nice stamps that I could include in the book that I think she'll like. And here it says, success is dependent on effort. And now this next section is labeled love, but it's also a section for things that inspire you. So the things that you love, the things that make you happy, the things that you find inspirational, and just to make note of all those things so that you can remember to schedule more of that into your life. And on this decoration, there is another dragonfly for fleeting time, and now a butterfly for inspiration, and these nice botanicals. More inspirational butterflies, and more. Here's another vintage stamp that I found that I'm very happy with. It looks like a species tulip to me. It could be a crocus, but I think it's a tulip. Doing what you like is freedom. Liking what you do is happiness. And this is a quote that my friend attaches to the bottom of her emails, so I know she'll enjoy that. And here are a lot of inspirational 3D butterflies flapping around with sparkles and stamping. And there is a quote here from Dr. Seuss, and he says, "Today you are you, that is truer than true. There was no one alive who is youer than you." So good advice from a very smart man. Here's another tuck, and this says, "Friendship multiplies joy and dissolves sorrows." It's a little vintage blueberry stamp. And a vintage leaf. I also found these on eBay. I was very happy to have this set. More butterflies for inspiration. And now the last section. This is labeled thanks, and it's really a gratitude section. And so I have these sunflowers as just a joyous symbol. And here is a bookmark that I've made with the fresh fig ribbon attached. And these are compound stamps with different stamps that are used together to create one image. And they're decorated with punches. The sunflowers are punched out with a punch, and this little 3-leaf here is also a punch. More sunflowers. And here's some more paper lace. Tuck. Another butterfly. And this is a beautiful dahlia. My friend loves dahlias. And here's a quote that reads, "Nature never did betray the heart that loved her," by William Wordsworth. Now this is a little bonus section that I placed in the middle of this signature that she can take it out or leave in as she wants. And this is decorated with heat embossed die cut medallions on the cover. And then on the inside cover is a pocket decorated with another vintage stamp that I've watercolored by hand. And in the pocket is a little seed packet, and I did calligraphy on it, and it has a reduced print of a botanical sketch that I did, and I mounted it on this mat and hand painted it, and this little cord helps to keep the flap shut. Now here's a page of the Peacock Fairy, and she has a vellum leaf, not a leaf, a vellum wing that is decorated with gold paint on the edges and sprayed with shimmer sparkle. And she has a peacock feather headdress and a little embellishment and another peacock feather here. And this paint that is on her wings is also all shimmery, shiny, iridescent. And here is an actual peacock feather that I have just slipped through this slit that I made in the page. And on the back is a poem from Yeats, and it reads, "Fairies, come take me out of this dull world, for I would ride with you upon the wind, run on the top of the disheveled tide, and dance upon the mountains like a flame." And I thought that was beautiful. And so that's decorated with more sparkle and different embellishments and dragonfly and fairy mist texture in the background. On the back is a raised die cut that says "Enjoy today" and "Life is beautiful," and that's on a dimensional. More vintage botanicals, a chrysanthemum stamp, and busy bees. So in the back pocket, I have a added bonus, which is this little book that's decorated with all these coordinating pieces of paper, tassel, ribbon, and cardstock. And inside is a practice book or a practice sheet with her calligraphy so that she can practice making letters for the heading of her pages. And inside the book is another book plate. This time it has my name printed on it, and I've signed and dated it. And that's my book. I hope you like it. I will be posting videos on how to make a lot of the things that I show you here on YouTube. And I will also be creating downloadable projects and digital artwork. So please visit my blog, like and subscribe. And if you'd like to see where you can get some of the products that are used in this book, please go below, and I will have them all listed. So thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time.